And welcome back to another stream of Ega Gaming. I'm Tim, also known as Evil Genius Alpha, and today we're having the regular streaming of the last couple of weekdays, maybe somewhere in July at least. We've been playing Tales of Arise and Persona 5 Royale. So let's dive right in, because there's always a lot of story and cutscenes in this game. So we need all the time we can have. And I got the hiccups. Press the any button. Continue.
I think it's safe to rest here now.
You think so? Check out the state of affairs in Nias. Oh yeah, that's what happened. We arrived at Nias. It looks completely deserted. I do wonder what's going on. Hey, owl. Woo-hoo! Red Rose Corsage. Thank you.
Look, Hoodle, one of your buddies.
Bye, buddies. Don't forget to follow, like, or subscribe. This would be very much appreciated and would help me out a lot. Alright, the front door is locked, so we have to go another round. Funny thing is, in this game I sometimes forget that I can run, because I'm also playing the other game. But in the other game, I'm constantly clicking the run button. Looks a little bit overgrown as well. Doesn't seem like this decay is from yesterday. Right? Cutscene. Don't move. Can't touch this.
Surrounded. Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first. Show yourself.
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee it'll blow you away.
Wrong one.
What are you?
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he? Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Bayfong of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you
Nice.
the Dahna leader here in Nias?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadeye's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just no
Deadeye.
problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadeye. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
We are going to agree?
Going to happen.
No. Good.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
Our
You could have
base.
left me behind, you know.
Because it's all about the base. About the base. No?
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans.
Time for a new outfit. So need to impress a bit. The rest is okay.
Work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
But what kind of issues? These are the headquarters of the Dark Wings. Right now, they are temporary accommodations. At some point, I imagine we build something better and move into that.
So you're elfin, are ya?
Mm-hmm.
Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
What, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renans' explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. The chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. Find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Dahnans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then...
mouth, witch! That's enough! You're really fighting for us, Dahnans. Why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. Scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now. But you knew that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of, you'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for. All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Dahnan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Way!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any bright eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last bright eye out of this realm!
The Dark Darkwings rule!
Sound just like the evil ones. Careful you don't turn
Hey,
what you
wait
fear.
up. So, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadheim said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't
You
use
need
to
people
be
with
like
manners.
this, but, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait,
Estaluva.
you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadheim.
Of course we are.
Deadheim's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems.
True.
And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. With two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadheim signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Dahnans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all.
No, it's
I
not.
can understand that the Dahnans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alfred. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair, for me or for you.
No, well. I really need a new chair. Ugh.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what.
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
As usual.
If it'd been
Continue.
Zephyr instead of Deadime, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did this differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
Law.
Everything feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Dahnans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dahna as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
Yeah, we're done. Why does everybody have to be such cowards? If we don't get this taken care of, things never gonna change.
What's wrong?
Let's get you down, friend. Zugals, that's what. A pretty common variety of them, to be more specific. Rumors say it was the Lord's favorite kind of Zugel, so people are afraid to go anywhere near them.
Alright.
I can understand the hesitation. If you need them gone, we're more than capable of taking care of them for
What
you.
the?
Hold on, pal. I don't want you to just exterminate them. If you could bring back any usable materials from them, that would be great too. You want us to retrieve Zugel parts for what? Are you building something? Not building, studying. I can demonstrate. Be right back. Sorry about that. You know what it is. If you have children, they always need you when you don't have the time. Let's say this sentence and start again. If I can demonstrate that even fearsome dangerous Zoogles can be used to make handy tools, that'll motivate people to hunt them more. We can always expect folks like you to come along and solve all our problems for us, after all. So you're trying to be more self-sufficient. That's very commendable of you. Actually, about those materials you're looking for, isn't this what you're talking about? Oh yeah, it totally is. Could I convince you to share what you have with me? Hand over 3 demi-human muscles. Here you go. Yeah, go ahead. Go help yourself. I'd rather go to someone who can use it than to keep it weighing us down. Great! You're one generous bunch of people, you know that? Now to see just what I can turn all this into. I'm sure I'll be able to make something useful. Thank you so much. Quest complete. That was easy.
You see it?
When what little I had burned down with my home, I thought we were going to die on the streets. That's why I'm so grateful we're able to stay here. It really saved our lives. That's what's make the Darkwing such good people. When I grow up, I'm gonna join them too.
Anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
Talk. I sure wish there was more to go around. What's wrong? Our rations. We're always running short on them. We could really do with some rice, potatoes, beef, and some spices in particular. We'll see what we can do. Understood. We'll see what we can find out there. It's too dangerous for you to go and try to get it yourself. Really? Whoa, that was a strange laugh. Oh, that's be amazing if you could get those things. Thank you. Well, luckily for us, Shion here has a good nose when it comes to food. And what's that supposed to mean exactly? Start quest. Kisara's initiation.
Yeah!
I don't have it all. Figure out what we have later on. Don't have the stuff. A lot of good new weapons. Nice. At least a little bit. Alright, something useful we need to buy. stronger. That's a bigger difference. It's the biggest one, I guess. Hope to see you again. Don't cause any trouble while you're here, understand? Yeah.
Deadime Creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadime and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadime just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dahna. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Elde forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
We're a team, remember?
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. Trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
Who cares about you? Come on. Miss Demon.
So we're just going to check things out, right? Whatever that forest is called.
Elde Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Valley of the Four Winds, Mahag Saar.
Ah, got sand in my eyes.
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh.
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Saar is the realm of wind, just as Ganath Haros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible. But I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dahna's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Yeah.
Renans these days are more advanced than Dahnans in size, but even they are capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Alright, it's fighting time. Lee?
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
It's over! Double demon fight! Ready and raring! Mirage! Megasonic thrust! Here I come! This one's all mine!
More for the stockpile.
Here!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me!
Alright, it's showtime.
No escape! First strike! Take this! Burn in hell!
I can carve through armor!
To mine! Megasonic thrust!
Watch this!
Double demon fang!
Here goes! Freeze laser!
Megasonic thrust!
More with that hero! It's over! In here! Here's a healing arm! Let's get your ass away!
Lightning thrust! Stardust!
Astral energy!
Mirage!
It's showtime!
Severing wind!
Mega ray!
Dazzle! Rising wyvern!
Raging storm! Annihilation!
Here I come! Double demon fang! Coming through!
It's the card.
Now! Scarlet Inferno! Now! Take this!
This one's mine!
Here!
Mega ray!
This one's all mine! Take this! First strike!
heavens must be smiling.
Why?
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara.
Dirty.
It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Hmm?
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Rising Falcon! Ready and raring! You're far enough! Take this!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Burn in hell! We got flyers!
I've got it. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours! Rising Falcon!
No more Miss Nice Girl. You can't rely on yourself.
Don't be a martyr. You've got all your friends.
Thanks.
Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Better. First aid.
Come and face me!
In here. This will come in handy. Annihilation. Here. Do it.
And they're already done.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor. Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah.
No choice! Come one, come
I
all!
never miss.
Take this! Megasonic thrust! Double demon fang! You're finished!
These ones can run rings around us.
No further!
By the power of water.
Nothing gets by me!
Into the shadows. Smash you. Now.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? That training's paying off! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Try this on for size! Take this! Far enough! You're finished!
We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because Raw's on it.
Alright.
Hey,
Done.
I'm pretty lucky.
I hate camping out.
It's good for the soul.
I feel all bent out of shape.
I know what you mean. Hard to settle down after seeing all the ruins.
We fought hard to help liberate the people of Dahna, but every realm we've been to along the way could have easily turned out like this.
When powerful forces collide, the destruction they leave gets that much worse.
So we've been lucky things haven't turned out worse up until now?
Regardless,
Yeah.
I don't want to see this realm get messed up any more than it already is. We have to capture this lord ourselves no matter what.
Before they do something stupid, right?
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Dahnans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances, and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases there.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half?
Half?
Oh, Halim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? I mean, that unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Dahnan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dahna, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Dahnan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gald we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
And maybe just convey.
Your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Firemaster core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Dahnan slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Dahnans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament.
Yeah, you can look at it
to
as
what I've
that.
done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Dahnans and the deaths of Renans.
Dahnans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
All done. Come and eat.
Come and eat.
You okay, Shion? You're not eating very much.
What's wrong? Do you not like the cheese fondue that you made?
Yeah, I'm used to seeing you more excited about food.
You're not feeling sick, are you?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing like that. It's just...
What?
What?
I guess I just don't understand what the appeal is. We could just as easily put everything on a plate and pour the cheese on top of it instead.
I suppose it lies in being able to decide exactly how much cheese you want. There's also something to be said for enjoying how it all turns out. It's fun.
That's fine and all, but I wish the plate-to-mouth time was shorter.
I think I understand. You don't like having to put in so much effort into eating something, do you?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Actually, now that I think about it, you're a way less fussy eater than you look, Shion.
In my book, there's no one right way to eat a meal. Tuck in, take your time, be dainty or devouring. As long as you enjoy the food, that's what counts.
There's no need to stand on ceremony while we're out camping in the wilderness.
Yeah, you're right. In that case, don't mind if I do.
I've never seen someone dump that much cheese on a meal before.
I like her. Cheese. I love cheese.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? I noticed you haven't been training Hoodle lately. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's been catching fish with Kisara, and he seems to be adjusting his diet on his own, so I'm not as worried as before.
Maybe that's his way of pitching in, so you don't have to do everything for him.
Yeah, maybe. I guess at some point he started taking a shine to everyone too, just like they did to him.
You sound like you're okay with that.
Yeah, more than okay, really. It feels natural having Hoodle and everyone around.
I know what you mean. We all support and take care of each other in our own ways. It's starting to feel like we're almost a family.
Huh. I hadn't thought of it like that. So does that make you everybody's dad?
Do I really look that old to you?
Huh? You don't like that? Okay, how about you be the big brother? Shion is the big sister, and Kisara can be our mom.
Well, then how about Dohalim for the dad?
I don't really get that kind of vibe from Dohalim. He's more like an uncle. An old uncle, who's too preachy and snarky for his own good sometimes. And as for Law... Well, Hoodle took the little brother role, and Law's definitely not the dad. This is hard. Oh! Law can be the pet dog!
A dog? Do dogs really count as part of a family?
Of course they do! If an owl can be part of our family, so can a dog. When you think about it like that, we have a pretty fun family.
Yeah, a pretty big one as well.
That's why I like it so much. I wouldn't want to do anything dangerous. I just want to keep traveling the world with you guys the way we are right now.
You okay?
Oh, it's nothing. Actually, I think I'm gonna go practice with Hoodle for a bit.
You are now closer to
Hoodle,
Renwell.
let me know if you sense anything. Another day, another Gald.
Where are we going? Something with another cutscene. It's more like a movie than a game.
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Dahnan bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
Looks like this elevator is stuck. Damn it. What the hell did the Renans do to it? We're not getting out of here unless we find a way around it. Why don't we look around and see if there's anything useful? A wise idea. Perhaps we'll find another way down. Alright with you, Shion? Sure. All is peachy. Potato, potato. Copper chunks. And way down we go.
There. spread the landing.
Yeah, we survived. So. No harm, no foul.
Brace yourselves. This one's tough.
You see what happened there as you crossed me? Shouldn't have done that. I really owe you one.
Glacial Spear, here's evil.
I'll crush you!
Thanks, Kitara.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing art.
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Megasonic thrust. Here I come. You're mine. I'm on it. You're done. Severing wind.
Okay,
This one's mine.
Here I come.
I'm sorry to be bothered.
We've all got enough on our
Save you! Yes, ma'am!
You're mine.
Hey! Blow them away!
Not a chance. Here I come. Severing wind. Here I come. Enough done.
Here's a healing art.
Severing wind.
First aid.
Luna Rondo. You're on. You're finished.
You require a hand.
Burn it. I'll tear you apart. Take this.
Here goes. Healing circle.
I owe you one.
Why'd you heal me?
to stop you dying.
You're finished. During Steven
Down the enemy
This
goes.
will come in handy when crafting weapons.
Yeah, but still. Let me check it out here.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Now I'm in trouble. I'm such a failure.
You'll pay for that. Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
That's much better.
My turn.
Where are you going?
Take this!
You picked the wrong fight.
Now you see what I can do. I'm on a roll now.
Here.
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
No escape.
Will this help?
You're mine. Slash.
Blow away!
Now. Luna Rondo.
Take this!
Now, astral energy, full throttle! Here's a healing art.
I'm on it. Here I come.
Whirlwind
Blade.
stream.
Here I come. It's over. Rising Falcon. It's on.
I'm even stronger than before.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ooh, 8,500 gold. That's nice. Couch that looks completely out of place. Was it for Lord?
For the hideout
Was
of
it?
a
Was
remnant
it?
lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Dahnan castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. for another. It's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie. But damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
Sounds about right.
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right.
She is no
All the
good.
more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
One down. Children's clothes and shoes. Check out this side first.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Take this! Flying free! What can they
Leave the enemy's arms to me.
Can you take care of that?
right here! Oh, now I'm real mad! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here, let me help.
Eat this! Yeah, you see what I can do!
Do they not teach you to say thank you in Dahna? Not to a Renan, they don't.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
I'll tear you apart!
This'll come in handy. Goes hard steel.
It's over! Rising Falcon!
Air thrust. Now.
All yours, Kisara.
Obelisk blade. Nice.
Step back.
That's a nice blade. Not really. You weren't the one pushing the finishing move down the throat of him. But hey, if you can live with yourself like that. The remnants of machinery with no clear purpose, long since inactive.
What's this thing?
Gold, money. You don't know of it, my lord? Right, let's have a party, guys. Impact cross. Nice.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
I'll leave it to you! You're mine! Swallow blade! Double tap! Here I come! It's over! Eat this! Double demon! Coming through! Ha!
It's the card.
Scarlet Inferno! My turn!
End it. Law, calves of steel. Super swallow dance.
How's that for a kick? I'm getting better, right?
Quite.
Yeah, you are.
You're relying on your fancy footwork.
Does fancy footwork mean running away like a chicken?
No!
This place is full of weird machinery, old and new.
A set of suspicious circular gadgets that's big enough to encircle a person.
The sort of unsavory research she wouldn't want to see divulged.
Even to other Renans? That's a scary thought.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Maybe we should see if I have a CP recovering here. At least have a little bit back. That's not bad, right?
Become even stronger.
This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used even if the above ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason.
Activate. Be bad to save. And actually, I'm gonna take the break right away, and I'll be back with the next game. So, just give me a little minute, and I'll be right back.